It's 1987. A young man named Jordan Belfort walks onto Wall Street for the first time. He's 25, full of dreams, and even fuller of confidence. He wants to be rich. Not a little rich, but I own a yacht and don't know what day it is rich. He gets a job at a big firm called L.F. Rothschild as a trainee stockbroker. His boss, a man with slick hair and a gold watch, says, "Kid, the key to success is simple. Talk fast, sound smart, and make them believe they need you." Jordan nods like he totally understands. He doesn't. He spends his days cold calling people. "Good afternoon, sir. Have you heard about this amazing investment opportunity? Hello, this stock could triple by next week." He makes 100 calls a day and gets rejected 99 times. But he keeps smiling, keeps hustling, and keeps dreaming about swimming in money. Then the stock market crashes. Boom, everything falls apart. The firm shuts down. On his very first day as a licensed broker, Jordan is unemployed. He's broke. His wife's worried. He starts selling meat and seafood door to door just to eat. "Sir, want to buy 30 steaks?" "I'm vegetarian." "Even better, more for your friends." It's a disaster. Then he sees a tiny newspaper ad. Stockbrokers wanted high commissions. The company is called Investors Center, a small, sketchy office on Long Island that sells penny stocks. Jordan walks in. The boss, chewing gum, looks him up and down. "You ever sold a 5-cent stock before, kid?" "No." "Good, just lie better than the other guy." Jordan blinks. "Wait, is this legal?" The boss grins. "Define legal." Not illegal?" "Then yes, definitely maybe." "Okay, I feel safer already." He shrugs. How bad could it be? It was, in fact, very bad. He picks up the phone. "Hello, sir. I've got a once-in-a-lifetime offer for you. The company's called Aerotyne International. They make parts for airplanes and space shuttles." The truth? It's a guy in a garage with a fax machine, but the man on the phone buys. Jordan makes $2,000 in one call. His eyes go wide. People will actually buy this junk? That's the moment it clicks. He's found his gift. Not selling stocks, but selling hope. He grins at his coworker. "I'm going to be rich." "How rich?" "Rich enough to buy a helicopter, to fly to my yacht, to crash into my bigger yacht." Everyone laughs, except Jordan. He's serious, and that's how the Wolf of Wall Street was born. After a few months at the Investors Center, Jordan finally figures it out. Getting rich isn't about being smart. It's about sounding smart. He learns 3 rules for success. Talk fast, sound sure, make people afraid they're missing out. Then he thinks, if I can sell junk stocks in a tiny office, imagine what I could do with my own company. So he starts one. He names it Stratton, Oakmont. Because Jordan's shady stock shack didn't sound fancy enough for rich people, now he needs workers, not Wall Street experts, his friends. There's Danny, his loud best friend, who says bro like punctuation. Robbie, who once sold weed behind a bowling alley. Chester, who can't spell NASDAQ but can talk longer than a podcast. And a bunch of other guys who think blue chip means a new Doritos flavor. They rent a small office that smells like coffee, sweat, and dreams. The desks wobble, the phones are sticky, but Jordan is on fire. He jumps onto a desk. "All right, team, we're not just selling stocks. We're selling dreams." "Oh, what do we even say?" "Easy, watch this." He picks up a phone. "Good morning, Jordan Belfort here. I've got a special stock that's about to explode. I'm only calling because I like you. Don't miss this. You'll thank me later." He pauses, nodding. "Yes, sir. 5,000? Perfect." He hangs up. The room freezes. Danny stares. "Did he actually buy that?" "Of course. People buy when you sound like they already did." The team erupts. Phones start ringing everywhere. Then more. At this point, the phone sounded like angry geese. "Sir, this stock's the next Apple." "Ma'am, you're about to get rich." "Grandma, I'd never lie, unless it pays really well." Soon the office is pure chaos. Shouting, cheering, paper flying, coffee spilling. They're not just selling, they're performing. The plan is simple enough for kindergarten math. Buy cheap stocks. Tell everyone they're gold. People buy, prices rise. Jordan sells his shares first. Everyone else loses. That's the pump and dump. Or, as Jordan calls it, we pump it up and dump it before it blows up. Money floods in like a broken ATM. Danny waves a pile of cash. "We're unstoppable." "No," Jordan smirks. "We're untouchable." They buy fancy suits, new cars, and a coffee machine that costs more than rent. Jordan gets a Ferrari, a mansion, and a fish tank shaped like his initials. He even buys a gold watch for his gold watch. From the outside, it looks like a genius. But really, it's greed in a nice tie pretending to be hard work. The wolf's pack is growing fast. And like all good stories about greed, this is where it gets weird. Stratton Oakmont isn't a company anymore. It's a circus. But with phones instead of lions. Every day, hundreds of salesmen shout into phones like their lives depend on it. The noise? Imagine 100 angry geese trying to sell you a blender. That's the office. Jordan stands in the middle, loving it. Money pours in faster than coffee at a morning meeting. The more lies they tell, the richer they get. He tells his team, if they hang up, call back. If they say no, sell them the no. Everyone wants to be rich. We're just helping. Danny yells back, bro, we're heroes. Exactly. Heroes with really expensive cars. Soon, Stratton Oakmont looks less like a workplace and more like a rock concert. Music blasting, champagne popping, someone probably crying in the bathroom. From happiness or confusion, no one knows. Every Friday is party day. Dancers, marching bands, food fights, and at least 3 guys dressed as Superman. Even the cleaning staff wear designer suits. But the big moment, the one that turns Jordan from rich to stupid rich, comes with Steve Madden. Steve Madden is a young shoe designer who wants his company's stock to go public. He walks into Stratton's madhouse and meets Jordan, who's wearing sunglasses indoors. So, you want us to sell your shoe stock? Yeah? Just make sure people actually buy it, buddy. They'll buy it before they even know what it is. And he's right. Jordan gets his brokers on the phones. Sir, have you heard of Steve Madden shoes? Everyone's wearing them, even people with no feet. People rush to buy. The price shoots up like a rocket made of sneakers. Jordan secretly owns tons of the stock, so when the price peaks, boom, he sells. He makes millions in hours. Everyone cheers. Champagne sprays. Danny hugs a fax machine. Jordan throws money off the balcony just to see what happens. From the outside, it looks unstoppable, like a money printing machine powered by yelling. Inside, it's madness. Drugs everywhere. People dancing on desks. Someone actually brings a chimp in a diaper to the office. Jordan laughs until he nearly falls over. We're living the dream, boys. But dreams that big usually end with alarms. The government starts to notice. The banks start asking questions, and a man in a suit starts collecting papers. Very boring papers that could ruin everything. But for now, Jordan doesn't care. He's got money, fame, and a fish tank that could fund a small country. He even buys a yacht big enough to park smaller yachts on. The wolf is no longer just hunting, he's feasting. What could possibly go wrong? Remember all that money Jordan made? Yeah, it turns out the government noticed. While Jordan's buying yachts and gold watches for his gold watches, a group of serious men in suits are watching his every move. They're the FBI, which is basically fun police for billionaires. The agent in charge is Patrick Denham. He's calm, quiet, and allergic to nonsense. When he sees Stratton Oakmont's numbers, he frowns. Nobody makes that much money legally, unless you own Disneyland. Meanwhile, Jordan's too busy throwing another party to care. He's got dancing girls, fireworks, and possibly a live lion. If it breathes, Jordan probably puts sunglasses on it. But behind the music and the chaos, things are cracking. The truth is simple. Stratton Oakmont sells fake dreams. They tell rich people, poor people, anyone with a phone, that small companies will become the next Apple. People buy, prices rise, and then Jordan's team secretly sells before it all crashes. Now that's illegal. Like very illegal. So Jordan tries to be sneaky. He calls a meeting. All right, team. We need to move the money, quietly. Danny blinks. Like, under the couch? No, Danny, to Switzerland. They fly to Europe with bags full of cash. Literal bags. To avoid suspicion, they hide it under their clothes, in socks, even in shoes. At one point, Jordan's Aunt Emma helps by opening secret bank accounts in her name. She's 80 years old and smuggling money like it's her side hobby. The FBI starts circling closer. They wiretap phones. They tail Jordan's yacht. They even send an agent undercover to ask fake investment questions. Jordan laughs it off. Relax. We're too smart to get caught. Then his yacht sinks, literally. He takes it out during a storm, ignores warnings, and splash, goodbye yacht. The FBI calls to that a sign. When Jordan gets back on land, Agent Denham's waiting. Mr. Belfort, we need to talk. About what? Everything. Jordan smiles like it's a game. He offers Denham a job, a drink, maybe even a bribe. Denham just stares. Enjoy your parties, Jordan. We'll see you soon. Now the walls are closing in. The calls slow down. The money's harder to move. The brokers start whispering words like jail. Jordan tries to act calm, but deep down he knows the fun police aren't going away. And they don't dance. Stratton Oakmont was a money machine. Now it's a ticking time bomb. And the wolf? He just heard a knock to the door. Jordan's world starts falling apart, fast. The parties stop being fun when everyone's scared of the FBI. The music's still loud, but now it's just covering panic. One by one, his friends start flipping, and not the gymnastics kind. They're telling the FBI everything. Danny, his loud best friend, calls him. Bro, what do we do? Don't talk to anyone. Too late, I talk to everyone. Jordan's trapped. The FBI freezes his money. The fancy cars disappear. Even his giant fish tank shaped like his name gets taken. He tries to act calm. He walks around his mansion in a robe, holding a drink like everything's fine. Relax, he tells himself. I've got a plan. He doesn't. Then the phone rings. It's the FBI. They've got recordings, secret accounts, and a mountain of angry investors. They give him a choice. Talk or go to jail for a very long time. Jordan sighs. How long are we talking? Long enough to forget what a yacht looks like. So he flips. He agrees to help the FBI catch his old crew. Soon, the empire he built with lies collapses like a Jenga tower kicked by karma. His company closes. His friends vanish. His dream gone. Then, in the greatest irony ever, the man who once shouted he was untouchable gets arrested by people who touch for a living. He goes to jail. No yachts, no parties, just a bunk bed and a roommate who snores. But Jordan's not done yet. He spends his time writing, not sales pitches, but his story, and when he gets out, he finds a new hustle, talking about his old one. He becomes a motivational speaker, teaching people how not to be him. The man who once sold lies now sells lessons, and somehow, people buy those too. Jordan's out of jail. No suits, no mansion, no yacht. Just a guy with too many mistakes and one wild story. He used to wake up to piles of cash. Now he wakes up to reality, but for once he's not lying to anyone, not even himself. He starts giving small talks about his life. People laugh, gasp, and take notes like it's a class called How to Ruin Everything. Yeah, I broke the law. Don't do that. They love him. Soon he's getting paid again, this time for telling the truth. He writes a book. The book becomes a movie. Leonardo DiCaprio plays him, which feels like karma in a tuxedo. At the premiere, Jordan watches the screen and whispers, "At least this time, I didn't have to sell the tickets." Now he teaches people about money, greed, and choices. The same things that once broke him. You don't need to be the Wolf of Wall Street. Be the person who doesn't go to jail. Jordan Belfort went from broke kid to rich crook to inmate to teacher. He learned the oldest lesson there is. You can't buy happiness, but you can sell the story of how you tried.